Reason number one is actually fear. You guessed right. When I was starting this process, I was fearful for two main things. One, the NCLEX exam. Where? And the thing is, as you actually go ahead, as days goes by, this fear goes higher and higher. The next fear that I had the most was the fear of unknown. I don't know what's out there. I don't know how horrible it is. And that gets us to the next point. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, today we are actually breaking down reasons as to why most nurses, especially in other countries outside of the US, they don't actually sit for their exam right away. And we have started with number one, which is fear. And for some people, it's anxiety. It's kind of the same thing. You know, you're so fearful about this exam. I think that's one of the biggest, what if I fail? But pause and ask yourself, what if you pass? I mean, nursing council exam itself, it's not easy, but you passed. And you know, this is what I always say, you don't know until you actually go for it. Point number two, I would say, is misleading information slash no information at all. People normally have questions. I had the same questions. How long is this gonna take? What is the cost? Am I able to go with my kids? Am I able to go with my spouse? All this information, you either get them right or someone actually misleads you. Someone can even tell you you can't go there until maybe after 5 years. Oh, I think you are too old. Your age has gone way ahead, so you don't even have to try. You know, all this misleading information makes most nurses actually not even try. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? And it could be affecting you who is watching me, or somebody that you know. The next one is interesting because I call it, this is not for me syndrome. You think like this is for someone else. This is for a particular select people. People who work somewhere. People who've scored maybe very highly in their previous studies. You just think this is not for me. No, I'm in the village. This can't be for me. This is for somebody else. And that's what I used to think. Back in the day, in 2018, when people were going to India to do the exam, I used to think, this honestly can't be for me. This is for someone else. So that mindset, we need to work on it. All right, we need to change that mindset, because that is why we are here, to support you and to tell you this is actually for you. Indecision is actually my fourth point. There are some people just either they take too long to decide. And I'm actually going to make a video. It's one of my to-do list that says signs to know that you are actually indecisive. Each person has that trait, but when it's too much, like when it's preventing you from making moves, time is moving but you are not, then it's a big problem. These people who are undecided, they have all the information they need, but for some reason they just don't do it, you know. And that leads me to the last point, which is procrastination. Now come here, let's talk about procrastination. Who is not guilty of procrastination? Hands up. Everybody is guilty of procrastination. You have all the information that you need, but for some reason you just say, I'll try next week, I'll put that email next week, I will watch that video tomorrow. So you keep doing that, time keeps moving. Now there are dangers of actually allowing procrastination to affect you. You could be missing an opportunity. Let me tell you, life is happening. Nothing is stopping because you are. Things are changing day by day. I'll give you a scenario. When I was doing this exam, they didn't need a lot of digging through to find out where exactly you work at. They could take your word for it. You could just tell them, I work in this hospital with this bed capacity, and I've been working in this unit and all that, and that will be fine. Nowadays, as time moves, now they're asking for pay slips, such things. So you keep postponing, things start getting more trickier and trickier. But don't worry, that's why I'm here. I'm available for you guys. Let me know if you need any information. I'll find it. If I don't have it, I'll find it for you. Remember, last time we talked about the actual cost of self-sponsorship, and look for that video. I made it. And then we also talked about why you should consider self-sponsorship. Okay, in my next video, I'm going to talk about how to know that if you are actually a person who is undecided. That is a huge thing that is holding us back. And maybe that's the only video you need to watch so that you can change and get yourself or set yourself ready for success. All right, so subscribe, share, comment, reach out to me, let me know what you'd like to know about this whole process, about NCLEX and stuff like that. And I'll be happy to help you. Until next time, bye bye.